On August 3rd, 1965, 60 years to the day today, Rex Heflin took 4 photos of a UFO. And in tonight's video, I want to honor him because this is exactly 60 years after he took this photo. So in tonight's video, you're going to see an audio interview and also see the photos that he took of this amazing UFO. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining in. So today marks the 60th year to the day, August 3rd, that Rex Heflin took 4 photos of a UFO. In tonight's video, you're going to see a compilation of what I've put on my channel for the last probably year and a half or so of his archive of photos. So you're going to see all 4 photos he took. The 4th photo was kind of lost, but you're going to see it, and then you're also going to hear a testimony coming straight from Rex. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to quit my yapping, I'm going to let these videos play. And he just happened to be driving along. He said he saw something, I believe it was first out the front part of his window, and he was able to grab his camera. And when he grabbed his camera, he was actually able to take photographs of what he saw. When he first saw it, he figured it was just a regular airplane or a cylinder-shaped object. But when he actually looked closely at it, he realized it was something that was not what he had normally seen, and he was able to take 2 photographs. Actually, it was 3, but I cannot find the 3rd photo, which is very interesting, that no matter where you look, you can't find the 3rd photo of what he took. But he did take 2 photos of this craft, one from the front window, one from the side window. And here's going to be a close-up of these photos that he took. Now, looking at these photos, especially looking at it from this angle, you can't help but to think about Paul's photo and where he saw that flat part of this craft or UFO that he saw. And then it does resemble a lot like what Bob Lazar said he saw at Area 51, the S4 division where he worked at. He did say he saw several craft in there, and one actually resembled like a top hat. One had looked like a jello mold. So maybe these are some of the craft that Bob Lazar actually saw at Area 51 too when he was working in there. And for some of you guys that are kind of skeptical of this, this was actually even in the newspaper too. So there was a couple of news articles about it. Wasn't that many out there, but he also has a testimony of what he saw. So I'm gonna quit my yapping real quick and let his testimony play so you guys can hear what he saw. All right, this first one's gonna be coming straight from Rex and his photos that he took of this UFO. He took 3 photos, he's gonna talk about it.
Aimed a quick picture, and these type come out and are developed out of the camera. Another sequence followed as the object moved across and out the other side, the right-hand side, and it was removed. All of these photos develop outside the camera. Well, this photo is the number 1 photo taken through the windshield of the cab, followed by a number 2 photo out of the right-hand window, and then, of course, the number 3 photos. I think they're remarkable photographs, not because I took them, but because what they portray and show. And as far as the rest of it, I could care less as to who believes what, because I know what I saw.
All right, guys, and this next video is going to be where he talks about the other 2 to 3 photos, and then I have the 4th photo that he took. And the 4th photo is really interesting because he said he drove down the street and saw this, but you'll see that in this video with this 4th photo that's very hard to find. Object, and he took 3 photos. Now, in the first video that I did of this, I was only able to find 2 of the photos. So I did talk about in the video, he has a little audio where he did an interview, and he said he was out and about. He saw this craft out there, long story short, and he got his camera out. And with that, he was able to take 3 photos, but I was only able to find 2 photos. And you guys will see how this, like I said, it's a whole case behind this, and it's never been debunked. But there was actually 3 photos he took. So when I was hearing about the 3 photos, I couldn't find the 3rd photo, but I heard that there was a 4th photo too. So what you're seeing here is going to be the 3 photos that he took of this craft that he saw. And you guys see the shape of the craft, flat bottom, round top, typical UFO that we've seen over the, I guess, the last, during the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and probably early 70s and stuff. But there is a 4th photo, and this looks like one of the ones Bob Lazar talked about, saying it had designed like a top hat and stuff, but I'll get into that in another video. But with this, like I said before, there is a fourth photo, and I'm going to show this to you in just a minute. But like I said, I do want to also again thank Sarah for this, because I wasn't aware there was a fourth photo, and she let me get some information on us, let me be aware of the fourth photo. So thank you, Sarah, and I appreciate all you guys that send me stuff over, because I can't do this alone. I do need you guys' help with this. But here's going to be a look at this fourth photo that he took. There you guys see it there. So long story short, as he took the 3 photos, he saw the craft shoot down, I think it was about a mile and a half down the road, and he saw this black vapor smoke. So he drove about a mile down, and he was able to capture the photo you see here. It seems like the craft was there and it shot off, and this is kind of the vapor smoke. He said it was a purple blackish, and he had a clearer photo, but this is the clearest one that I can get of this. So you clearly see that if this photo here is authentic and legit, you can clearly see that it's kind of the shape of the craft, and he said it was a black purplish smoke. So I don't know if the craft, I'm not even gonna try to explain what the craft is. So you guys put down in the comments what you think, but you can clearly see some kind of smokish around the craft. That's the best way I can describe it. Basically having the structure of the craft when it took off. Now, what actually transpired and happened there, I don't know. We don't have a color photo because it was in the 50s when this was taken, but it's clearly resembling a lot to the shape of the craft of the 3 photos that he took before. And you guys can see that there. Pretty interesting stuff. Like I said, I don't know why this fourth photo hasn't been talked about more in ufology, and this hasn't been revealed more. Maybe this was something that was kind of pushed under the rug, or people's like, oh, that's not important. But I wanted to show this to you guys because this is important if this photo is legit, that he took this fourth photo in this craft when it took off, and he went down the road, like I said, about a mile or so, and he saw it, and he said it was a purple blackish smoke around. It's more black around than purple around the other areas of it. But if you look at this, it's just interesting. And if you try to lighten up the colors here, you can see a little bit more of the shape. And there you guys see this there. So I just wanted to present this to you guys about this fourth photo because it's very interesting. I wanted to get your comments on this. And like I said, once again, thanks Sarah for this, because she let me know that there was this fourth photo for it. So you guys put down in the comments what you think about this, because I've never heard of a craft leaving smoke or leaving a smoke shape of the craft when it actually left off. But we don't know what these things can do, and you know exactly what this craft was, if it was a ARV, alien reproduction vehicle, or if it was extraterrestrial or interdimensional. I don't know, but I do rely on you guys to put your comments down below in case someone comes across this video sometime in the future. They can at least look in the comments and see what some of the people are saying, and someone may know what this craft did, why it left that smoke there. So if you do, put it down in the comments or just take some guesses. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to hear you guys' feedback on this, because this is a pretty interesting photo if this is 100% legit, and they say it is. So trying to find all the sources stuff for us. When I have that, I'll update you guys on that. But pretty interesting stuff that we see here. All right, there you guys go, straight from the horse's mouth. If you all like videos like this, and I'm gonna try to start doing one the date they occurred, let me know in the comments, and I'll start just doing a whole archive so we can start revisiting this whenever the UFO sightings or everything occurred. And I also plan on later on this week revisiting the Ed Walters UFO case. I have some evidence I really want to present to you guys and show out, and I've always wanted to reinvestigate it and put out what some of my investigation has uncovered with this. I think you guys will be pretty surprised at some of the information I'm going to put out there, because he did see something, and when I show you the information, the evidence from that, I think it'll amaze you guys and have you look at it a second time. And then also later this week, probably towards the weekend, I'm going to re-tackle the face on Mars. That's going to be pretty interesting too, because I think that, of course, NASA's probably covered stuff up with that. But anyway, put your comments down below what you guys think about. If you want to see more of this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate you guys watching.